So it has been, this area right here is going to be the thickest part of weeds because I pulled these wood chips back over the grass, so I haven't actually weeded this area itself. I only weeded where the tomatoes are and back to the end of my garden. So we're just going to take a walk through. That's a weed, and there's, I'm not sure what that is. We'll find out. I'll let it get a little bigger. It looks like it might be a little tree, probably a seed in the wood chip or something. Dandelions that I couldn't get out by the root. They may have broken off or I just missed them. It happens. There's a dandelion I'll take out of there in a bit. I've only taken a handful of dandelions out. Right there, right there. Dandelion, dandelion, dandelion. Dandelion, dandelion. Dandelion, dandelion. Dandelion. As you can see, even still now, the weeds in my garden are predominantly, dandelion. Another one. And this was expected because, some areas of the garden were nice and soft and other ones were more hard, so the taproot I had more trouble getting out. There's a dandelion right there on the edge. I'm going somewhere with this. Another dandelion. And actually, it's not a dandelion. That is I'm not sure what that is. One of those little yellow flowers, I forget. I don't think it's dandelion though. And there's some dandelions there, and right there, right there. This area's got quite a few. I remember this row. Dandelion. I've just kind of been waiting for everything to get bigger. Dandelion, 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 dandelion. Dandelion right there. It's a little one coming up. That'll be easy to pick out because it's growing into the wood chips. You can tell by how small it is. There's one right there. Another one right there. A couple right there that came out of the ground. You can tell because they're bigger. I'm making that point because I haven't weeded in almost 2 months now. This will be about a month and a half to a month and 3/4 that I haven't weeded. I don't know how many of you have experience with weeding gardens. But usually you're weeding every couple weeks. Depending on how effectively you took care of the weeds. You can see there's some dandelion and I'm gonna zoom out here. Now that you know what they look like, you can see some dandelion. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, around 20 at best, all scattered throughout that cabbage. I'm just waiting for the cabbage to grow up so I can see where it is and I can walk through and grab them out and get at them better. I think that's a milkweed. Dandelion, dandelion. There's a dandelion right there. Dandelion right there. That one's not really an issue. Dandelion, dandelion. Dandelion. There's some violets right here that I didn't get out. There's some violets right there. Violets. I'm sure you've got the idea, but I'm going through the whole thing. There's a dandelion over there. Some of these are starting to yellow, so I'm going to put a little wood ash over here. As you can see, this is the squash from the last video that all of them were looking at quite a bit lime green, like this guy over here did. They were all looking like that, and I went through and put some wood ash. Boom, greened them right up. Some nice big corn right there. Not sure why that corn is so big and that corn isn't, but whatever, it happens. I might have to take that plant right out. It looks like it's got something on that leaf. I'll inspect it later. I put wood ash through here a while ago because this whole patch was all lime green. And you can see everything, the beans and the corn, all greened right up. And some of the squash did, but not all of it. So I'm gonna come back through and really get it, make sure I get right around those plants with the wood ash, because I wanna make sure that they're absorbing it and not the other plants, and those ones don't get the nitrogen they need and die off or get diseased. More potatoes coming up. That one's new since the last video. I think there's one there, but I'm not sure. And then those ones have gotten quite tall. Pretty soon I might be able to harvest a few of them. I noticed this whole row, I think because I didn't string the peas up, they were covering this row for the most part. It's very dry through here. It didn't get a lot of the rain that it needed. So I'm gonna come figure out my hose can't reach and I don't have the funds to buy an extra hose to extend it. I will eventually, but at this point in time, it's not gonna happen. So I gotta come up with another solution. I might just fill up the wheelbarrow and scoop it out with a gallon and dump it in there, because I've got stuff in there that needs to come up. But anyway, I haven't weeded since I started weeding in late May and finished early June. So, and I'm still gonna wait to weed because, I mean, I'd say about 85% of the garden is plants, and I might even say 90% is plants, and 10% is weeds right now, which for going so long without weeding is quite the high ratio, in my opinion, in my experience from my first garden, as well as helping my mom with her weeding. And she didn't have vegetable gardens, but she is a plant master. She can name any flower. It's amazing. She's got so much knowledge in that area. Something's been munching at that guy. Oh, that's a mushroom that's dried out. So yeah, that is a midweek update.